What's up? Welcome to Fuse, the football show here on Fuse. It's Fuse TV. My name is Nanaya. Radio. I'm hanging out with the biggest man who knows football than every other person I've met. Tactical analysis, realistic mathematics, no over-exaggeration like Nanaya. This guy speaks football like crazy. He's supposed to be the host, but because it's the first episode, I like to carnivalize people on their own show. So welcome to the football show. My name is Nanaya. I'm hanging out with Kingsley.
Nanaya.
K-Knox.
Nanaya.
All right, so the football show is going to bring you the latest conversation. We are covering the FIFA Club World Cup in totality. We're also going to look at transfer news, and we will share our views on what's happening, formations, and everything. So today, the big game is Juve versus Man City. We'll do a preview of it. Possible win for who? Realistically, we'll see who can win. The best coach to stand out. Juve has already beaten Man City in the Champions League game. Also, Man City has never beaten Juve since 1970-something. So it's a do-or-die game. Even though it's not an important game, it's important because history has to be made. One team will continue the history, the other team will build a new history. Stay with us. When we come back, it's the football show. Where's the whiskey?
Yes.
You look nice.
Okay.
You look nice. You look
Aside
nice.
that, thank you.
No, it's been a while.
Okay.
So you guys know that Kingsley, Yao, and Sir Maxwell were doing the extra time sports, but Fuse TV decided not to continue with our franchise, so they canceled the show. But the owners of the business said we need to have a sports show, so I said why not? Let me bring Kingsley back. Maybe in the future, as we go along, we can bring back the whole squad to do a show for you guys. But Kingsley, Liverpool won the English Premiership.
Exactly. That is what I wanted.
After how many years?
After let's say 5 years.
Of who winning?
A particular team.
Which team? Messi the team. Why not Messi the team? Messi
A particular team.
Which team won before you guys?
Manchester City.
Manchester City won before you guys. Oh wow! They won 5 years before you guys.
It's just because you're a Manchester City fan.
How do you know?
Definitely.
I'm not. I'm just.
You should be congratulating me and not to talk about Manchester City.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying congrats for winning. But who has been winning before you guys?
Manchester City.
Okay. Well, congratulations. And people said last season was not a good season for football because the football games were one too many for the players. And those players who complain, like Rodri and his colleagues, got hurt.
Yeah.
Do you think it's football superstition or it's just a make-believe?
Well, I think the games for last season were too many, but then it didn't only affect some of the big teams. I mean, it affected Liverpool as well, and then Wolves.
A lot of the small teams also got affected.
Exactly. So I personally don't agree that people would be saying it was a bad season of football and all that. I mean,
not a bad season because Liverpool won. A bad season because the transition into adding more games wasn't done smoothly.
That's true.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
It's not a bad season because Liverpool won.
Yeah.
It's a bad season because the players came out to complain that they are human beings, they're not machines, and they need time to. But the transition was just, especially they are playing we were playing the All Nations, the UEFA All Nations Cup.
Yeah.
And we were playing the Champions League. They were playing the
Carabao and all those.
And then now they have to prepare for the FIFA Club World Cup, and it's a lot of matches.
Yeah.
But congratulations. How do you guys feel?
We feel good. I mean, in as much as Manchester City have been winning, I mean, there's a new coach in place now. So definitely we hope probably we are going to win more league titles.
I like it when the Premier League becomes more competitive. Let's talk about League One, the French League. The French League, because PSG won the Champions League, but they claim PSG's league, the French league is a farmers league. Yeah. But they beat everybody. They beat City, Arsenal, they beat
Liverpool.
Yeah, they beat everybody to win the league. So why do we always call some leagues farmers league? Because PSG won the Champions League.
Exactly. So I think the reason people used to call PSG a farmers league, or probably the League One a farmers league, is because they've been dominating for too long.
Okay.
And then there's no team usually. There's no team wanting to overtake PSG. Let me put it that way.
But they try Lyon. Okay, Lyon has been relegated because of
exactly.
issues with financial issues.
Yeah. So, like I said, there's no team wanting to overtake PSG. And in as much as PSG has been dominating, they also have very good squad.
Yeah, they play good
Exactly.
football.
That's why when they came back to play the Champions League, I mean, they had to beat the teams like Liverpool,
Yeah, beat
Manchester
City,
City, and
yeah.
all those things. Yeah, so it's not like a farmers league. They just have quality players. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, because if you talk about Farmers League, I'm thinking that even the La Liga itself is questionable. Because La Liga, last season I thought ATL Madrid, as in Julian Alvarez team, which is a bad move by the way. Alvarez has won every 5 years in a row, won every year trophy, but this year he went trophyless.
Exactly.
It's a bad move, I really think. But I thought that Madrid team would have surprised Barca and Real Madrid.
So they started well, to be honest. They started well, but then getting to the latter parts of the league, I mean, they started drawing some games and then losing some games, which didn't help them. So I think, and then at a point too, Barcelona were really doing well with the likes of Yamal. I mean, he carried the team. So I mean, they were doing very well. So definitely, they weren't going to win the league ahead of Barcelona.
You're still watching the football show with me, and I am hanging out with the big K Knox, Kingsley. But it's his show though, it's not my show. The next episode, I'm not going to be here because I'm just trying to cannibalize. I'm just trying to make sure that people know that I know football too. I know football, I know politics, I know genius, so I can do everything. But talking about Yemi Lamar, right? There's this big conversation, Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or. Do you think Yemi Lamar is a Ballon d'Or worthy?
He is.
From doing what?
In a sense that, so if you are to mention 3 players to win the Ballon d'Or this season or the next Ballon d'Or, you can't eliminate Lamine Yamal, Dembele, Lamine, and probably Rafinha.
I think Dembele and Rafinha stands tall against Yami Lamar. I'm telling you. Dembele, for instance, carried a team and won the
Yes, so
Champions League.
Dembele to me is the favorite
Yes.
to win. But then you can't eliminate the fact that Lamine Yamal also carried Barcelona.
No,
and did so
Rafinha
well.
carried Barcelona.
No, so Rafinha carried Barcelona in the early stages of the league. And then it got to a point where Rafinha was nowhere to be found. I mean, you give him some clear-cut chances and then he's missing them. Even at a point, one-on-one take-ons, Rafinha wasn't able to, take players on. That was when Lamine Yamal came inside.
But the game against Inter Milan, it was Rafinha that saved Barcelona.
He didn't actually do anything in the game.
But it was his goal that brought the energy.
Exactly. You can score the goal, but then so apart from he scoring the goal, what impact did he make in the team?
Lionel Messi can play 90 minutes and work in the game and become the best player of the game because he doesn't need to do much. 1-2 passes changes the conversation, scores a goal, and he's a player of the match.
Exactly. Yamal didn't have to do much, in as much as most of the balls were moving to him. I mean, he had all the attention of the Inter Milan players. So some way, somehow, it freed Rafinha. You get it?
Yeah.
And then he had to score a goal and then, so probably.
But what do you think about the comparison during the UEFA Nations Cup final when they were trying to compare this little boy to Cristiano Ronaldo? What do you think about it?
Who was comparing this little boy?
I mean, it was everywhere on social media. People were comparing that. And even the little boy made a comment that, yes, Cristiano Zero is a legend, but he's here to do his job,
Exactly.
And I'm asking myself, look at this small boy. When you can't win, you can't do your job. Like for real, you can't do your job with who? Zero.
No, I don't think he made the statement to shame Ronaldo. I think, yes, he admitted Ronaldo is a legend. In as much as we all know he's a fan of Messi, definitely Ronaldo is a legend.
Neymar
as well.
or Messi?
Who?
Yeah, I think it's a Neymar. But he's hanging out with Neymar now. He's chilling in Brazil with Neymar.
And so you can be a friend to someone, but not necessarily looking up to the person. You get it? Exactly. So he's chilling with Neymar, but then his role model is Messi. Everyone knows about this.
I know, but I'm saying, if you look at the ball he plays, the hairstyle he does, it's more lean towards Neymar than Messi.
When it comes to his hairstyle, I think he's more of like a kid. So definitely, see, I think there was this trophy they won, and then he had to put on 2 spectacles. He's a kid. I mean, he has to explore all those things. So definitely, his hairstyle will count and all that. And he also has this flair kind of playing football. So, and Neymar also has this kind of a flair playing football. So, I mean, they would probably say he's looking up to Neymar, but then everyone knows he's looking up to Messi.
So, what is actually like which league is the farmers league itself? Is it the Premier League? Is it the La Liga? Is it the French league? Which league is the or is it the Bundesliga? Because Bayern Munich won again.
Yeah. I would say the Bundesliga is the farmers league.
Because as a Bayern, I win sir. Even with company,
Even
with company said they won.
So was it last season I made mention of this thing that if Bayern wins the league, it's the effort of the players,
not
and
the
not the
coach.
effort. Yes, I said this. I mean, we all can. Even me, if I go to coach Bayern, definitely we are going to win the league. I mean, company is not too extraordinary to win the league. I mean, so.
Anyway, you're watching the football show on Fuse. It's Fuse TV. My name is Nanaya, hanging out with the big K-Knox, Kingsley. So let's look at some transfer conversation that has happened. All right, so the first one is that Napoli is trying to sign your player, Darwin Núñez.
Yeah. So in some years now, or probably in recent years, Liverpool have made some bad businesses. And then the purchase of Darwin Núñez is not an exception.
It was a bad business.
It was a very
but
bad
players
business.
come to teams and they lose their steam. Sometimes a player can have a good season and come to another team and will never shine. But he leaves. Example is the GOAT, the fake GOAT. What's his name? Anthony.
Yeah.
Left Man United to Real Betis
Yeah.
and became a star of Real Betis. But
Exactly.
So some players do have that. It's not as if they are bad players. So it's not a bad business.
It's a bad business in a sense that he was bought for £85 million.
He had an off season.
For how many? 2 off seasons.
Yes, it happens.
That shouldn't happen.
It is.
No.
The weather could be part, the teammates could be part, language could be part, coach tactics could be part.
Okay, so let's say if all these could play a factor, it should be in the first season. In your second season, there came a time where we had to play Luis Diaz as a false 9, knowing very well you are a striker. I mean, honestly, it was a bad business. You know, coming from Benfica, we all thought, oh, Darwin Núñez was going to do something extraordinary. I mean, if he wasn't even going to match the numbers he gave at Benfica, I mean, the numbers should be a little bit close. Yeah. But then, for a striker, 85 million to be on the bench, for us to be playing a left winger as a false 9, I mean, that's a bad business. And then,
would you guys sell, what's his name, to Barcelona?
Who?
Your false 9, what's his name?
Diaz?
Yeah, Diaz to Barcelona. Will you sell?
I think Barcelona were interested in Diaz, but then I don't think
they haven't changed their tactics. They are still changing Diaz.
But then the move wouldn't go through because I'm hearing Nico Williams in the conversation as well. So definitely.
No, Nico has made it clear he wants to play Barcelona. He has even told agents that he has even lowered his price, his wages just to go to Barcelona. But I'm saying, Barca is interested in Diaz.
Yeah.
Will you sell?
No. Because I'm being honest. We are not going to sell because if he leaves, we are only going to have Gakpo as our left winger.
Who's fantastic.
Exactly, but he can't play all the games in the season. We need to get a backup, and definitely Luis Diaz is going to do that.
So Núñez to Napoli.
Yeah, I think it would be a good move for him.
It would be crazy. Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah. Lukaku
and Núñez. It would be
exactly.
crazy.
It would be very crazy. I think that he definitely has to pick up his scoring boots again, because moving to Napoli, definitely Kevin De Bruyne will be giving you those
easy passes.
Exactly. Yes. If he gives you the easy passes and then you go and miss them, I mean, definitely you'll be put on the bench again. But I think it's a good move for him. I mean, he needs to leave because Liverpool are also eyeing Isak, and then are in also for
Isak is high. The price is crazy. You guys are spending. Isak is high. Yeah.
So coming into the studio, I read a particular news, and then they are saying Liverpool has extra 200 million to spend in the season, and it's even not going to affect our financial fair play.
No, because in the past, the purchases that Liverpool has made, when you compare it to other teams, it's not as crazy as
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So if probably Isak is in, or probably Gyökeres is in, Darwin Núñez wouldn't have a space in the team. So I think him moving to Napoli is a best move for him, and then he will get the opportunity to play as well. So
let's talk more transfer news. This is the football show. My name is Nanaya. He's Big K-Knox. Kingsley, Arsenal is transfer round. Arsenal is eyeing Rafael Leao from AC Milan to join their team. I think it's a ban. I don't. I don't like players who cannot be precise with football with the ball. I think Rafael Leao is that kind of a player who will do everything, but when it matters most, either a pass, a cross, or a score, he begins to fumble.
Exactly. That's why I'm personally not happy about this move Arteta wants to make. Because when it comes to what he thinks he wants in Rafael Leao, Martinelli or probably Trossard can give you that and even give you goals in addition. Rafael Leao will give you, well, he's strong. Physically, he's strong. Yeah. He can have a one-on-one take on. But then when it comes to the final third, puts the ball in the net.
Trossard is good with one-on-one take-ons.
Exactly, he's also good, but then he's not that strong as compared to Leao. Yeah, so I feel like there's a problem. I don't think Arsenal going in for Rafael Leao is the best decision. Yeah, because
transfer rumors there is plenty.
Well, yeah.
Maybe they're not even eyeing. Maybe they had a conversation one time, and somebody pick a phone and call Romario and say, Fabrizio. Rafael Leao to Arsenal, then he also comes to put it out.
Yeah, that's true.
Talking about more transfer, let's talk about how Man United cannot sell their players because nobody is buying.
Who would buy Højlund? Who would buy Zexi?
People can buy. Come on, Bournemouth can buy Højlund.
Exactly. So
Nottingham Forest can buy Højlund.
So Højlund is rated around 50, between 40 and 50. Do you think Bournemouth will go in for Højlund for that price?
No, he's not an exceptional player.
Exactly. They are not going to go in for him. So definitely, he will still be at Manchester United. I mean, unless they reduce his price.
What do you think is going to happen to Man U? Because it looks like they're not selling. Because, I mean, all their players, Linda, all these guys are still there. I mean, they gave a list of players that can leave.
Yeah.
Everything is part.
Yeah.
But nobody is buying. Nobody is making a move.
They are getting old as well. Who would buy? Unlike someone like Kevin De Bruyne, he's getting old, but then when you give him the ball, he can do something better with it. Give the ball to Eriksen. What is he going to do?
Eriksen cannot maintain a say. We are winning heart problem. I
mean, that's what he has been doing all his life, so definitely he has to be playing.
Nobody is buying, and nobody is buying Jadon Sancho. Nobody's buying. What's happening?
Sancho
to Juventus.
Honestly, Sancho is a good player. He is, yeah. You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Why don't you think Sancho is a good player?
He's not a ball carrier. He's not a ball handler.
Is it that you only like players who handles the ball, probably carries the ball?
Yeah, football is about two things. If you don't have the ball, you are defending. If you have the ball, you are attacking.
Exactly.
And so if you also have the ball, you're also defending. Because the more you have the ball, the opponent doesn't do anything with the ball. So you need players who can carry the ball for you every time. And he plays on the wings.
Yeah.
And if we are playing from the wings and you cannot hold the ball, you're always going to short us by one.
But you know, he also does these one-on-one take-ons.
It's like Rashford. It's once in a while. It's like Marcus Rashford. Rashford is playing on the wings, can give you take-ons. But his take-ons are not as many as you want it to be.
That's true, though.
In a game, like a fullback can box Marcus Rashford and you'll be like, where is he in the game? You know, but you need a winger who can take on anybody and cut in and give a pass or score a goal. And I don't see Sancho doing that. I don't see.
Well, personally, I think he's a good player because if you are a player and then you can draw about 2 or 3 players to yourself to free your other teammates, I think that's a plus.
Yeah, but he doesn't do that on a regular.
He does that.
On a regular?
Yeah, not on a regular, but
Which skills? If you say Yami Lamar is drawing 2-3, I can agree because every coach will play a comb around. When I say a comb, a triangle around.
Yeah, Lamar.
Yes. Every coach will do that.
Yeah.
Every coach will say, listen, the 4 join the fullback and then pull somebody from the middle whenever he gets the ball. So there's a comb to collect the ball back. I don't see coaches having sleepless nights over
because he's not the Sancho we knew at first now, so definitely it can happen.
But him to Juventus, is it worth it?
I think so because Juventus as a team, I don't think they have someone who can draw, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
You don't have a player who can draw about...
Diallo is not doing that?
No. But you know, you can't compare Diallo to Sancho.
So now come and send an example.
I know.
My example. Who said they don't have anybody? And I know that Diallo is there. He does that for them.
No, and I'm saying that in as much as Diallo might be doing that, when Sancho joins them, he'll be doing more. And that would be a plus to Juventus.
Luka Modric from Real Madrid after the Club World Cup to AC Milan.
It's because of Tijani Reinders. That's the main reason.
But to go for Luka Modric, he's old. He wants to retire from football. Why do you want to go for somebody?
No, I don't
He's
think...
not Pirlo.
I know.
He's not under the Pirlo to give you that's refined, football at his age.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to retire. So last season, Tijani Reinders was actually the player who was directing the affairs of AC Milan. And now that he's no longer in the team,
so they want somebody.
They want someone to be directing the affairs. I think if Toni Kroos was still active in football, maybe they might have gone for him. But then since he's not available, the next option would be Luka Modric. We all know the potential of Luka Modric. I mean, he can direct. Yeah, so definitely since Reinders is not in.
He's a Ballon d'Or winner though.
Who?
Luka.
Oh yeah.
So he's a top player. Yeah. Top player. But would you agree now that the Italian league has become more of like a retired footballers association? Because Kevin is going to Napoli.
Yeah.
And Luka is going to AC Milan. In the past, that has been the norm.
Yeah. I don't think it's becoming the retired football association. I mean, the players that are going there still have some quality in them. Do you get it? Kevin De Bruyne is going to Napoli. Kevin De Bruyne can give you an active football for 2 seasons.
Yes, but when he meets a team like, let's say he meets a team like Liverpool, where you have Ritz and all these young guys running, he can run.
Definitely, he can.
When City played Real Madrid, the time City scored Real Madrid 4-1 at the Etihad, Carlo Ancelotti said himself that they couldn't touch the players because their midfield was old.
Yeah. So he's not going to do the running in the team, but just control their affairs. I mean, you definitely get Anguissa, Politano, and all those young guys. I mean, doing the running for you. Just stay back. When the ball gets to us, direct the play for us. Don't rush the ball. Cool. Pass after pass. And then you'll be good to go.
Okay, so that's some transfer news. Now, the FIFA Club World Cup is ongoing. It's shaping up.
Yeah.
Messi is doing Messi things.
I don't think they'll go far.
Oh,
let me be honest.
You think PSG will score Inter Miami?
Definitely.
No, I don't think so.
Why don't you think so?
Messi
because there is only Messi.
It's a revenge for Messi.
Exactly. You can't have a revenge on a full team alone.
That is why he's the Messi of.
I know everybody knows Messi is a Messi. Okay, fine.
He will carry the team. He'll do it.
If PSG are attacking Inter Miami, who are those going to defend?
Down there, if he score 10, Messi will score 11.
I don't think so.
It's a revenge match. This game is not. It's not a game for Messi where he's looking at qualifying. He's looking at paying back these guys that treated him like nothing.
How can you pay them back when your players or the players around you are not too effective?
Suarez?
See, yes, one. Suarez. I'm coming. One. Suarez.
Yes, Busquets and Suarez. It's okay.
Suarez, see, yeah, the Suarez you are mentioning and then the Busquets you are mentioning are the old players we knew. So Suarez isn't the Suarez we knew at first. Busquets isn't the Busquets we knew at first.
But you just said they direct the game. So they will direct the game for Messi.
No, I'm saying that they can't direct the game now. I mean, I was watching the Club World Cup and then Suarez had some 2 or 3 chances and then he missed them. I was like, what? Suarez? Oh, Suarez.
Suarez of Liverpool.
Darwin Núñez wouldn't even do this. I mean, so they can't direct their affairs for Messi. I mean, watching the Club World Cup, I think Messi is now drawing deeper. In as much as Messi used to draw deep, I mean, he's drawing deeper now.
To pick the balls.
To pick the balls and go. You get it? I mean, if they probably had some good midfielders who could probably progress the ball to
I was really
Messi,
hoping that Kevin would have gone to Inter Miami.
that would have been crazy, you know.
Yeah, I really want him to play with Messi.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Kevin playing in the Champions League and playing against City or any of the big clubs. I don't want to see it because I don't know. I think if you're giving a hero's goodbye, send off, it has to be that. It has to be that. Because if you're going to come and play against Liverpool, for instance, and you have these midfielders,
He'll be exposed there.
yes, big time,
Yeah.
and that might affect your legacy that you have built.
Yeah.
And so I was hoping that he would have just gone to America. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know why he says he wants to play active football. You know, but hey,
He has a lot in him, so he just can't go to Inter Miami.
which a lot. Iniesta and Iniesta had a lot in him, but
Xavi.
Yeah, Xavi had a lot in him, but they went to go and play in China and Qatar
Yeah.
to build that side. At some point, the lot in you will expose you because you cannot do certain things.
Apart from running.
Not running. At City, for instance, there were games that he couldn't do anything. Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, there were games that he couldn't play much. With the ball, he gets a bit. It happens. It's football. It's age. It's systems. It changes. You know. So
I'm surprised you are saying this about Kevin De Bruyne.
no, he's a City legend. I think the best player to ever grace the league.
Yeah.
I respect that.
The best player.
Yeah.
One of. Yeah, understandable. One of.
No. The best midfield player, the best free hand player. Is who? Gerrard? Gerrard is not a free player.
No, he wasn't.
So, but to get that, it's like Sergio Aguero.
Yeah.
I didn't even understand why he went to Barcelona. Because for what you have done in your football career, for what you have achieved, for what you have done, the history you've written, you carried a team that had no history or next to nothing, and you gave them history.
Yeah.
So that should be enough.
Well, let's hope for the best. I mean,
Let's talk FIFA Club World Cup. So, one of 16 PSG against Inter Miami. Benfica has qualified. Bayern has qualified. Bayern actually lost to Benfica, and I was saying that why don't they score Benfica 10-0?
They couldn't have. I mean, Benfica.
No, why don't they score Benfica 10-0? They got and scored them 10. They were shouting as if
That's Bayern for you. Bayern is more or less like Manchester City. When they get the smaller teams, I mean, they will trash you. But then when they get the bigger teams, I mean, they do their best, and maybe it doesn't work, or probably it works.
I think Bayern is more of Liverpool because Liverpool for some 5 years they've not even seen a trophy before. And the year that City decides to get
the league before,
the year that City decides to get a bad season is when Liverpool gets to say I'm the best. So anyway, aside that, who do you see? I see Real Madrid qualifying.
Okay.
Even though they have a win and a draw, I see them winning their last game.
Okay.
To qualify.
Against Salzburg.
Yeah, of course, it's a win. It's not even thinkable.
No, but Kylian Mbappe is still not in.
Oh, but Mbappe is not a team carrier. It's Vinny.
Yeah, but as it stands, I can't see the handprint of Alonso on the Madrid team.
Oh,
so it's a little bit dicey for me.
A coach needs a whole. That's what I'm saying, that the UEFA and FIFA, they haven't done justice to this to the players.
Well,
a coach needs time. Like the preseason was the best time for him to fix all the loopholes.
Yeah.
But he came into a team, picked the players, and took them to Club World Cup.
Oh no, they had already qualified to the Club World Cup.
No, I'm saying like he took them, like he's joining them to Club World Cup.
Yeah.
So he's tweaking as and when they are playing.
Yeah.
It's like Ruben Amorim at Manchester United. You come into a season where the team is doing so bad, morale is bad, vim is down, energy is bad, the owners don't know what they are doing, fans are agitated, and they're not giving you time, and they are saying, fix it. You can't do it. You can't. You fail.
Well, I think the problem Alonso is facing now has to do with his formation. He's more or less used to the 3-back formation. But
yes.
I don't know
like
why.
Ruben.
Exactly. But I don't know why he's in the Madrid team now and then he's trying to play a 4-back system. I mean, in as much as you are into a new team and then you are playing the Club World Cup, Just go with your system first.
Women did it and it never worked. I think
Because-
safe bet. It's a safe bet. Like let me
because-
play what they are used to.
Well, I think so, but then because Manchester United didn't have quality players enough, these Madrid players are quality. I mean, you can pick them one-on-one, and then they can give you some exceptional qualities in them. So definitely go with the 3-back system, and then if it doesn't work, you go back to the drawing board during preseason, and then try to tweak to your 4-back
There's no
system.
preseason.
But definitely they will have a time to
Which time? The
to
players
rest.
must go back to their family. After July 13th, they have to go back to their families.
Exactly.
And they have to report before August 16th. Before August the 7th to prepare for the first game on the 16th.
And so when they come back, you can definitely have some small training sessions with them, and then it would work.
This is bad for football. This is very bad for football, trust me. It's very, very bad for football. Who else do you see qualifying? I see Man City has 6 points, obviously. They will qualify.
Man City, yeah, they are going to qualify.
Oh, they have 6 points. So.
Do you know, I'm actually rooting for Man City to win the Club World Cup.
Oh, we are not in the position to win a Club
So
World
who
Cup.
do you think is in a position to win?
Right now?
Yeah,
I think PSG.
PSG.
Yes.
Because they won the Champions League.
No, because they play fantastic football. Football is not about, it's not just about players, it's about playing together. And PSG, they play together.
True.
They trash Inter Milan because they play together. They don't
have-
they don't have individual
Yeah.
brilliance. For City, you have new players who are trying to fit into a system. The players are used to having individual brilliance. You have Cherki, who has to be left alone to do. But it will take him time to understand the movements with the boys.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have Tijani, who dictates conversations with football. But he's in a team where there are about 7 dictators of the game. Because whenever Pep plays Akanji and Diaz, you should know that he's passing from the back because he has Akanji who can hold the ball and dictate the pace. If he puts Rodri with Akanji, you should also know that he's playing a triple DM in the game at the same time because Akanji will play a 4 and support the 6.
Yeah.
You know, and so you're in a team where they have a lot of these players. So it will take you time before the gel, and after the gel, you can now run. But PSG plays fantastic football. When you watch them, they play as a unit, and that's amazing.
And that's why I'm saying Inter Miami are not going to go far.
No, it's a revenge for Messi. So no matter how good you play, you have then Luis Enrique has to put 10 players around Messi.
Definitely. Well,
because I can't listen. That game, I kid you guys not. If they leave Messi, if they score 10, he will score 11. No, it's a personal thing for him.
Yeah.
The French guys didn't do well with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't do well at all with him.
But he can't do that alone. That's my problem. He can't do that alone.
He's done it before for Barcelona. He did it alone.
With Barcelona
yes. Against Real Madrid. He's done it so many times. He win the Champions League.
Well, you know, when Messi was in Barcelona, definitely he was having, good players around him. That's what I'm saying. Messi doesn't have good players around him now. Normal guys. Just give the ball to Messi and he will do his extraordinary thing. But then for the other players to support him, to help him trash PSG, I don't think it could happen.
We'll be back on Tuesday. But when we are back, I'm sure City would have played Juve and would have known the teams qualifying for the round of 16 at the FIFA Club World Cup. So we'll do a breakdown of it. We've already started doing a prediction of who's going to win. I think PSG this time. So if they beat Lionel Messi, if they can only beat Lionel Messi, they can beat every other team. Already they've scored City already. They've scored a few of the clubs. They always have a bad start, like they did in the Champions League. So it's usual for them. K-Nox.
Anaya.
Anything else to say before we go?
I want to urge our fans to stick and stay with us. This being the first episode, they should look out for more interesting episodes to come.
Yeah. All you have to do is go to otobimedia.com and check out his Fuse TV, One Play Africa, OTT Live, OTT Radio. And like we promised you guys, in July, more shows are coming to both platforms, both OTT Live, It's Fuse and One Play Africa. And you can listen to some good radio on OTT Radio. All right, my name is Nanaya Radio. Here's Big Kid North Kingsley. This is the football show on Fuse. It's Fuse TV. We'll see you guys next week. Stay with us. Guys, are listening.